What's up, guys? This is Nick with the Truck Insurance Channel. We are coming back at you tonight with another live. I know we haven't been on in, it feels like it's been, a lifetime. It's been several weeks since we had gone live. So wanted to hop in here tonight and talk to you guys just about the industry, answer any questions you may have, and see how peak season's going for you guys, because it is ramping up. So yeah, want to hear you guys' thoughts, questions, and we're just going to give a little bit of time here for some people to jump in. I wanted to talk to you guys and just give you a little background of some things that I keep hearing about, right? So UIIA, that stuff is getting more and more popular. We're starting to hear more and more people come in and ask questions about UIIA and how to get started, and just a lot of people steering away from the traditional load boards. So more and more people are getting interested in the UIIA and how to get started. So that's one thing we're seeing a lot of. I know there's been some recent articles about like diesel shortages and stuff. It looks to be like most of those have been false. Not to say it's impossible that it couldn't happen, but haven't seen anything yet on any of those shortages. It looks like those are just headlines that haven't really had any ground to stand on. So yeah, that's kind of stuff that's happening here. Stuff that I've been hearing about, aside from, just talking about quotes and rates and why is my rate this? Why is my rate that? Some people are getting really low. Some people are getting really high. The good old, my friend got this rate, why can't I type conversations. But how are things going for you, everybody out there? For the viewers tonight, do you guys have any questions about whether it's insurance related, trucking related, just the industry as a whole? Happy to answer any questions you guys have. So I do see a couple people jumping in. So I'm just going to give a minute to drop some questions or just conversation, and we can just talk from there, guys. Hope everybody's doing well this evening and this week. Coming into November, got the holidays coming up. Any big plans or anything like that? We got Veterans Day on Friday, so that'll be good. Shout out to all our veterans out there. Thank you for your service. Thank you for allowing us to be here and talk about these things tonight. Looks like we got a decent number of people jumping in here. Guys, do you have any questions? Any concerns? Any comments you want to drop? Feel free. Not sure how long we're going to go on this live tonight, guys. Just wanted to drop in and touch base with everyone and see if anybody had any questions, concerns. I know we haven't been live in a while, so we did want to talk about that and just see, let you guys know we're still here. We're working on some new content, so just keep an eye out for that. Anybody out there who's watching this that is trying to find out more, get into freight brokerages and stuff like that, we're going to have some content coming out about that. So yeah, got some good stuff happening over here, guys, but didn't want to leave you guys hanging. Wanted to be able to give you guys the opportunity to come in and ask questions, because we do get that a lot of, hey, when are you guys going to go live again? So feel free to drop those questions, guys. And yeah, that's about all I got for you right now. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Just going to wait for some people to jump in here. And guys, if we don't have anybody with questions or anything like that, we'll probably close out the live a little bit earlier tonight. But keep in mind, if you need to have a one-on-one conversation or you just don't want to put your business out there, you can schedule a consultation call with us. It is in the description below. So you'll be able to schedule calls. You'll be able to go in and you can do consultations. Then we can go from a consultation to a quote reviews to policy purchases and setting up. And guys, whether you need insurance or not, schedule the consultation. A lot of people kind of get confused and think that those calls are only for clients of ours. I do consultations at least one per day that is not purchasing insurance, that already has an agent, and they just have questions. I've actually got a guy who literally I talk to him probably once a week and have been for the last year, and he just gives me updates and stuff. He's got another agent. But he has a lot of questions and things, and so he just needed some guidance. So he'll schedule a call, and he's got like 2 or 3 questions, 5-10 minute call, and we're off the phone. So guys, those calls are there for you to ask those questions and have those conversations. don't feel like you can't schedule a call if you don't need insurance or if you don't need one of our services. We're here to help regardless in any way that we can. And I mean, if it's like a resource that you're needing help with, whether it's freight factoring or ELDs, fuel cards, if you need a link to order a fire extinguisher, if you need a link to order a pallet jack, I've got resources for literally anything you could imagine in this industry. And if I don't have a resource for it, I can probably find you one. So, feel free to schedule those calls, shoot us an email. Guys, our office email is office@charlesstring.com. It goes to our whole team. So we all see it. You can address it like as the office, you can address it Nick, Lindsay, Kana, Daniel, whoever it is. Maybe if you're trying to have a specific conversation with somebody, that's fine too. But shoot us an email, ask us questions. If you don't have time to schedule a call, email is a great option as well. And then you can also text us. So the same number when you schedule a call, our office line also receives texts again. And so you're welcome to shoot texts out and ask questions. You don't have to schedule a call. If you have a quick question, you can shoot an email, shoot a text. We try to stick to the scheduled calls because it helps keep everybody organized and it helps make sure that we don't miss anyone, and so that's why we do that the way we do. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys a little update on things. I don't see any questions coming in, so I don't think we'll stay too long on the live tonight. But if you guys do have any questions, the ones that I do see viewers here in here, please drop those below here in the next couple of minutes. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything here because I've had a lot of people come in and a lot of people go out. I want to make sure I'm not missing a question. Let me just test something real quick, guys. Yeah, no, okay. The comments are working. Can somebody view and drop a comment? Let me just make sure that I can actually see them. Let me make sure my system's working properly here. Just don't want to make sure don't have you guys in the live Q&A and then not able to answer the questions because of a system problem. So if somebody viewing can drop a comment and just say hey or whatever, just so I can make sure that we're able to see what's going on. Okay, so it's to walk to you. Okay, so we have a question. Any rental truck plugs that's under $800 a week? So there is, okay, first question for you, where are you located? Because rates are different depending on where you're located. I mean, we've got contacts with Budget. We've got contacts with Ryder. Working on a contact for Penske and Enterprise. Enterprise is a little bit more complicated because all of their locations have different rules and such. But yeah, I mean, I've got a guy in Budget, guy in Ryder. For Ohio, I would refer you to Ryder. But under $800 a week, I need to keep. Let me see if I can check the pricing for it. Give me just a second here. Hold on, I'll tell you what it's currently running up there. Yeah. So, okay. So just based on that, going over to Ryder, you're going to be based on credit on your actual rate. And so have you applied for Ryder yet? Or have you looked at any of the four major players, Penske, Budget, Enterprise, or Ryder? Have you checked local offices? Let's see. I'm here. We have a trucking company looking to buy a truck and hire a driver. I hate that I have to rent, but I need to get my feet wet. Do you have any experience in the industry? Are you saying you need to get your feet wet in the industry or just as a business owner? Are you driving for somebody right now? Renting versus buying, both options are, there's not really one option that's more ideal than the other because it's situational, right? So if you have the capital to go buy a truck or you have the credit to go get one financed, whatever it may be, I always say buy because in the long run, you are going to save money, unless something crazy happens, like your engine blows, a few weeks in, which hopefully that's not the case. And, that's very unlikely. But for renting is a good option. But again, based on that credit is where you're going to fall in on your rate. I mean, I've seen people pay well under $800, $650, $700 a week. for rentals. And then I've also talked to people who are like with Penske, for example, and they're paying $1,000 a week. We're in peak season right now, so you should be able to comfortably you should be able to comfortably pay, 900, 1,000, 1,100 bucks a week just because peak season, right? And that may come down as the months go on. Rental companies are constantly changing rates. I mean, months ago you could get a budget truck for 500 bucks. And it's just not available anymore. They're changing with the economy, right? Everything is getting more and more expensive, but it's still more than possible to rent and get on the road and be successful. Everybody's expenses are different. So really it's going to depend on where you're at personally. But it is definitely possible. Middle mile only for probably first 3 months. Yeah. Okay. So you're new to the industry. I will tell you that most people that start off renting usually rent for the first 3 to 6 months and then they buy. So it's very common, once you hit that 3 to 6 month mark, to be able to have the capital at that point to be able to purchase a truck. Orville, I know you said that you guys are you're have a new trucking company looking to buy a truck and hire a driver. Do you already have your authority? Do you have active insurance? Where are you at in your process? But yeah, man. About the whole first 3 months renting versus buying and being new to the industry, go check out our rider link on our website. Just fill out the form and they'll be in contact with you and try to get that squared away for you. You'll find the link to our website below. It's just charlesstring.com. You should be able to see that and then we'll be good to go. And then Orville, are you, like I said, have you already, like I know you said you're looking to buy a truck. Are you in the process of purchasing? Have you found a truck to buy? Let's see, you have an authority. Okay, so you've applied for your authority. You don't have insurance yet. So just in case you're not familiar with the process, I'll take you through like a really quick 30-second breakdown. So from the date of application, when you applied for your authority, you've got 21 days that you're required to wait. That does include weekends. That you'll wait until your authority is eligible to go active. There's a lot of confusion out there, or miscommunication, you could say, or misinformation that after 21 days, your authority is active. You're not granted authority or an active authority until you've completed your BOC3 and your insurance. So if you're in that stage where you've applied and you're waiting your first 21 days, during those days is when you're doing things like buying a truck, renting a truck. Well, rental, you can start looking for one, but they won't rent to you until you have proof of insurance. But same thing with the purchase. Like if you're going to drive it off the lot, you got to have the policy. You can start looking at buying, but they're going to want to see your insurance at some point to be able to close on the deal. So if I were in your shoes, I'd be trying to find the truck to buy and get, financing secured. If you're going to finance, if you're paying cash, well, congratulations. That's amazing if you can do that. And then of course, if you're hiring a driver, then I'd be, interviewing and trying to find that driver through any means necessary. So that way you can go active. Now, Orville, let's talk about what happens if you don't go active in those 21 days. The short answer is nothing. From the date of application, once you hit 90 days or day 91, that's when your authority application is now dismissed. And so at that point, if you buy insurance, your authority doesn't go active because now your application has been dismissed. You do still have to purchase insurance, but you will have to do a undismissal form, which you can find a link for on our website, or we can shoot you an email with a direct link. Totally fine. If you do get it put in that scenario, but the undismissal is $80 and it takes 4 business days to process, and that will put your authority application back in good standing so you aren't stuck paying another $300 to apply again. Just a little tip there. Is a fuel card necessary for authority to go active? I know I'm going to need one, but wondering, would it delay the active status? No, it is not required to go active. You definitely want to get one. My recommendation would be either going through like RTS or the new Motive fuel card. That's an exclusive fuel card actually right now. So you can take a look at that. We've got a video all about the fuel card there on our channel. So you can definitely take a look at that. But no, it's not needed to go active. I do recommend getting one. You want to start, building your business credit and that's a great way to do it. Fuel card. Paired with that fuel card, you may want to set up factoring as well. If you're gonna run Amazon Relay, they're gonna pay you every week. You're not gonna factor a load, not necessary. But if you're gonna do things outside of Amazon, which you should not put all your eggs in one basket. Things like off of load boards, DAT, truck stop, etc. You'll want to have a factoring company set up too, because a lot of brokers out there, guys, are only going to pay you every 30, 60, 90 days sometimes. So like you're fronting the fuel cost to go take that load from, say, Ohio to North Carolina, right? You're spending the money on fuel, and then you're not going to get paid for 30 days, right? So, and that's like short. That'd be a short period. Some of them are 60, some of them are 90. A factoring company comes in, they take, say, 3, 4, 5% of your load, and then they pay you immediately or next day within, a couple of days. It's very quick. Factoring companies are a total blessing in this industry, and they're definitely to be considered if you're going to run somebody outside of Relay. Because again, the reason Relay is not factored, it's just like a regular 9-to-5 job. You're getting paid every Friday. So that's how that works. But no, again, just to recap, not required to go active. They don't even look for that. FMCSA is only going to look for your insurance and a BOC3. I always throw in UCR in there as the third thing. You definitely want to do your UCR. And guys, if you're setting up your authority right now, go ahead and file your UCR for 2022 and 2023, because you're going to have to file it before the end of the year anyways. We're already, we're a week and a half almost into November. So we, go ahead and file it for 2023 when it asks you. But yeah, you'll want to do that. So the three things I tell people: insurance, BOC3, UCR. You knock those three things out, and you can get on the road. But that's what'll get you active. Been considering DAT as well as Amazon. So if you are considering DAT, you want to take a look at their load board and see like what it's all about. You can actually sign up for a free trial through our link, which we can either send that in an email. You can find it on our website. You maybe want to see it. I'm not sure if it's in the description below, but if not, we can always throw it in there. But our DAT link actually gets you your first month free. So you can sign up for whichever tier package you're looking at. My recommendation would be going with like the Pro. It's kind of a middle package. But either way, whether you go Trucker's Edge, which is kind of like the baseline, or you go Pro, or even you go Power, which is like the top of the line, don't think it's necessary for like individual truck owners. But set up the DAT account, get first free month, and familiarize yourself with how their load boards work. Start looking at loads. You can see active load prices. You can see active loads. You can see how to post your truck. You can see how to book a load. And just start really kind of figuring out how that works. So that way you're not going active and you've got your truck and you've never looked at a load board in your life and you're like, what do I freaking do now? So that's just a little tip. You can use our link and get your first month free. So good way to do that, guys. All right, guys. Let's see. Well, we had a couple more people jump in while we were doing some explanations there on answering questions. Does anybody else in the audience have any questions? We'll probably stay live for another 5-10 minutes. If you guys have some more questions, let's drop them down and we'll talk about it. And guys, keep in mind also, if you're new to the channel, if this is your first live you've seen of us, we've got videos on how to do every single step of the process, whether you're going to apply for UIIA, whether you're going to go apply for Amazon, whether you want to cook your DOT number. We have, sorry about the ding there, I had a text come through. But we have resources for everything, guys. I mean, videos on each step of the process. Just don't what drives me nuts is when someone pays for something as a service that's so simple. Like if you want to pay for a driver qualification file, or you want to pay for something like that because it's too complicated to put together yourself, totally understand. But when this is a big pet peeve. I had a guy I talked to yesterday who paid $300 to a company. I won't name the company, but he paid $300 to this company for a BOC3. Guys, a BOC3 costs $25 to file yourself, and it takes literally 45 seconds. It's so fast and so simple and very basic information. So just check out our videos, give us a call, schedule a consultation. If you're not comfortable filing something or watching a video, or if something is confusing in a video you watched and you need a more detailed explanation, schedule the call. We'll talk more about it with you. And that way you're not stuck paying a company for a service that is very, very simple to do yourself. Let's see. Orville asked, does Snyder sell good trucks? Honestly, I don't have any opinion there. I haven't really had anybody talk to me about Snyder or whether the trucks that they sell are quality. So I can't really give you good feedback there just because I haven't had any experience with it myself, and I haven't had anybody actually who has purchased a truck from them that has given me feedback. I know people have purchased trucks from them, but we haven't gotten any feedback on that. I'm sure that if there was bad feedback to be given, like people, right, we all love to complain. It seems to be like a thing, especially in this industry. People like to complain. No offense, guys, but so I feel like if there was a lot of complaints about Snyder or a truck somebody was purchasing from Snyder, we would probably know because people would probably be talking to us about it, or, bad experiences. Bad or good experiences, guys, we like to hear them. I really prefer to hear more about the bad experiences than the good. Good experiences like, hey, great, I'm glad you had a good experience, have a nice day, versus the bad experiences. I would rather hear about those because that tells me, hey, I should never recommend this company. Like the companies that we recommend using for services, like Motive for an ELD, like RTS for freight factoring, any company that we refer you to or recommend you to, we have established relationships with those companies based on feedback from our customers. So if I had, customers calling me complaining about RTS, for example, I wouldn't want to be recommending RTS to people. But through the great feedback I've gotten from them and, not having complaints, we will continue to recommend them. Our goal is to make sure we're recommending the top vendors, you could call them, for the services that they offer and for the services you guys need, because you need a dispatcher, you need a fuel card, you need a freight factoring, you need an ELD. The last thing you want to do is get stuck with a company that sucks. And, that's just something to consider. And so, again, if there is a lot of negative feedback, we do want to hear about it. I don't have any negative or positive feedback from Snyder. Not having positive feedback is like, okay, that's kind of neither here nor there. But not having any negative feedback, that kind of tells me that overall they probably do sell some good trucks. I just can't speak to it personally or professionally from a standpoint of other clients that have purchased. I wish I could. If you do buy a truck from them, though, I would love to hear about the process, how it went. Was it smooth, good or bad? There's a lot of hustlers out there, man. You got to be a hustler to be in trucking. Really anything entrepreneurial, you need to be a hustler, but trucking especially, there's a lot to learn. It's not like, oh, I can drive a truck, so I'm going to be successful. Being a business owner is so much more than that. And it's so much more than saying, oh, I own my own company, or, oh, I work for myself. Like there's so much more that goes into it. The self-education piece is probably the top priority, I would say. So, be one of the hustlers. If you're going to be in the industry, watch the videos, teach yourself, learn, ask questions. Don't be afraid to fail, right? If you're going to fail, fail fast. That's like the saying that I love. If you're going to fail, fail fast. The faster you fail, the quicker you can succeed. So, you're going to stumble, you're going to run into issues. Everybody does. Guys, nobody starts a trucking company and doesn't run into an issue. Everyone who has ever been in business for themselves, whether this is their first business or their fifth business, they have made mistakes. They have screwed up. But the trick is just keep hustling, keep pushing through, and learn from your mistakes, and you'll be successful. This is a great industry to be in. This is a great time to be in the industry, especially, we're in peak season. We're in the holidays, guys. Like we've got Black Friday coming up. We've got Christmas coming up, right? A lot of people are buying stuff. A lot of people are out there purchasing, whether it's online, in store, retail. trucks are delivering that stuff regardless, guys. We're always going to have a need for truckers. So you're in a good space if this is what you're getting into. All right, guys, we have about 4 or 5 minutes. I'm going to cut the live at about the half-hour mark. It's going to be about 4.5 minutes. Do we have any last-minute questions or anything before we close out tonight? If you do have a question, drop it below, or just like, even if it's not a question, if it's like feedback or a concern or something you heard and want to know if it's true, like it's, it doesn't have to be something very specific, but yeah, guys, let's talk for these last couple minutes. And we're going to probably try to get back on schedule with the live Q&As, guys. I know we were doing them every Tuesday night, but we've got a lot going on over here, so that's why we haven't. But if you guys do want to see more lives, definitely let us know. I think I will drop a poll, guys. Be on the lookout for that tomorrow. I'll put a poll on the channel and we'll just see how many people out there would like us to keep doing the lives, or if there's a better time, a better day maybe to do it. And we can figure out some stuff there. But we'd love to keep talking with you guys and keep answering questions and just kind of sharing stories, because that's how we gather all this information, man. That's how we're able to talk about it and learn from mistakes. We got 6 Amazon locations within a 20-mile radius. You think that's sufficient at least? Yeah, absolutely. 1 Amazon location would probably be sufficient. So 6 locations is more than sufficient, I would say, unless people just stop buying from Amazon. But let's be honest, they're probably the largest. I wouldn't call them a retailer, but like online retailer, I guess you could say. They're the largest company when it comes to products being purchased. I mean, I know I order stuff off Amazon. I get an Amazon package like every day, right? There's always an Amazon truck in front of my house, I feel like. So that being said, lots of people buy everything on Amazon, and that's just going to keep on going up, guys. Like, retail brick and mortar locations are just quickly becoming a thing in the past, especially since COVID. So many big companies, even like us, like you realize like you don't need a brick and mortar location. Like we have an office. It's great for content and stuff like that. But we work from home. So it's like, that's going to keep happening, which is going to cause orders to just keep on going up and up and up. And so delivering those products to homes and to warehouses to go to homes, et cetera, is going to keep on going. Just tuning in, would like to ask you a question. Alex, yeah, for sure. We're going to be on here for a couple more minutes. So go ahead and drop the question and I'd love to answer it for you. You did join in at kind of the end of the broadcast, which is totally fine though. We'll answer any question you have, and then we'll probably call it at that, unless anyone else drops another question. We'll wait for Alex's question to come in, guys, and then we'll see how things are looking after that. Okay. Let's see. I'm just waiting on Alex to drop that question, guys. Might be a long one. This might be an in-depth question, guys. Let's see what he's got. And guys, again, just as a pointer from earlier, anybody that's tuned in or anybody that watches this, because we'll post it on the channel. So anybody that watches it after the live, obviously you're not going to be able to ask questions at that point. You can always drop a comment or you can email us. Our email is office@com, Charles with an S, string with an S.com. We're happy to answer any questions you got. Can you be your own BOC3 processing agent? So Jim asked a question, can you be your own BOC3 processing agent? Long story short, no. there's a very, very long process to become a processing agent. We've actually looked into it ourselves. It's just a very, very long process for even us to be able to be a processing agent. We're not currently, but would love to be at some point. You won't be able to, like, on your own as an individual or as a trucking company. You won't be able to be your own processing agent, but you don't really need one. It's $25 a year to process it. Like, it's not even worth looking into as an individual. If you were an insurance agency or an insurance company that wanted to look into something like that with thousands of clients, like, you may want to look into how to do it. But in your scenario, you wouldn't want to. Just pay the $25 a year and call it a day. It's not worth the headache. Alex, if you're still in here, buddy, are we going to drop that question? We are coming to a close here, guys. We're going to give it, we'll go to 6:35 or 6:05, let's say. So about another 4 minutes. Give you guys to drop any other last minute questions you have. Okay. Alex dropped his question here. It's a little bit of a longer one. So he said, I'm just getting started and last step is insurance to hit the road. What are some funding options for hotshot insurance? I'm located in Chicago. So when you ask about funding options, are you meaning like getting a loan to purchase the insurance, or like what are some options for insurance, like insurance companies? Can you clarify what you're asking about when it comes to funding? I don't think there's any companies out there that will fund you as a new venture, as far as like financing your down payment or anything like that. But just if you'll clarify that for me, we may be able to talk more about it. Jim asked, he said, where can I process it? The lady set up my LLC and all that, charges me $130 to do the paperwork. So, Jim, if you can if you don't mind, if you can drop your email in the comment, I will email you a link right now while we're here in this live to go ahead and process your BOC3. It's super quick. It's $25. It'll literally take you less than 5 minutes to do it. And we have a video on the channel if you're unsure how to do it. But again, it's very, very simple. But if you'll drop your email, I can email it to you right now. Or you can go to our website, charlesstring.com, and you can find the link there as well. Because I don't think I can drop it here. Let me see if I can comment. Hold on, guys. That's the link, but I don't think it's hyperlinking it, so I don't think you guys are going to be able to click it. Yeah, that's not going to work. So yeah, if you can drop your email, I can shoot it over to you and you can process it. Like I said, it's super easy. And Alex, just to go back to your question about funding, if you're not looking for a way to finance your down payment, if you're just looking for actual insurance, you can fill out our quote form. If you go to charlesstring.com, top right corner, it says get a quote. And then we can do that. Jim, can you tell me if that actually, on my end, it doesn't hyperlink it. It doesn't let me click it. Can you actually click that link, or were you able to? I just wanted to be able to know for future lives, because if I can drop links in the comments that you guys can click, that will make things a lot easier for us here. If so, I can also link the video for you. Hold on just a second, and I will send the link for the BOC3 processing video, just so that way if you have any trouble, you were able to click the link. Okay, great. So then here is I just dropped a comment with the link to the YouTube video. That's how to actually process the BOC3. So that's just a video of us going through it. It's literally like 2 or 3 minutes long. I mean, it's 2 minutes long. It's super, super easy to do. Let's see here. Dominican Beast had a comment here. Is TQL the right place to start hauling? It's okay. Yeah, I mean, TQL is all right. It wouldn't be my first pick. I would go either Amazon Relay, I'd get on the load boards like DAT, Truck Stop. But no, I mean TQL's good. A lot of people do freight with TQL. A lot of I don't know if TQL is going to require you to have 90 days though on your authority or not. So if you're a brand new authority, you may want to cook the authority first for 90 days because they may require a 90-day activity to be able to actually do that. Okay, guys. So we are going to be coming to a close here for this live. Again, we'll do some more lives. We'll be back on here, guys, and you're going to see some more upcoming content. Like I said, more stuff is happening. We're trying to get as many videos out to you guys as we can. If you guys want to have an individual conversation, again, schedule a call. If you go to our website, charlesstring.com, or if you check the links below, you can schedule a call. Consultations, they're free. You can schedule 10 of them if you need to, whether it's one this week and one next week or whatever it is that you guys need help with. We're happy to do that. Jim said, I set up my LLC last year, but I haven't been able to buy a truck. So yeah, truck availability is tough, man. I mean, it's whether it's financing or actual availability. You may want to look into renting, but yeah, it is tough to buy, especially if you're having trouble securing financing. Do I need to set taxes? I am not a tax professional, so I can't really give you any advice there. I would talk to an accountant. If you had no income into the business, you still should have to file something to just say that you had no income. So you still technically, I do believe, have to file, but it's specific from state to state. I'm in North Carolina, so like our rules are going to be different than other states. I would just talk to an accountant and just ask that question. It's like, hey, I didn't even do anything with my business. I didn't earn any money. Do I need to file any taxes? Again, you're probably going to file something to say that you like are claiming zero, like you didn't make any money. There should be something you have to file, but it should be pretty simple. But I would just talk to them to be sure, because I am not able to give legal tax advice, guys. But thank you guys so much for joining the live tonight. I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast. Again, schedule calls if you guys have any questions, and then just catch us at the next live. Just keep an eye out for announcements. Thanks, guys, and have a good night.